This is the Coalport.
It may help, you know, but
You should have had this down my house with my air conditioners running. I could have even made dinner while made lunch while they were talking.
Can I set this on your thing? That's aluminum.
Yeah. Is that the papers they brought?
What?
Are they the papers that they used?
No, this is all the records from 2023. What, you know, it's receipts for what they paid and receipts for the deposits and where they received money from.
I never received I asked her for the canceled checks for April, May, and June.
For here.
Unless you want to give them from your bank account.
Jerry has a copy. Get a copy off of him.
No,
She hasn't complied with
the secretary should give
right
it
to know.
Here comes somebody.
That's Paul, I think.
Who?
Paul Zupich.
I'm going up 3 cones. They're a bunch of assholes sometimes.
Hello.
Hi.
Morning.
You from,
Alex Brown.
Auditor, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get a whole secretary here.
Come on in.
Good morning.
Morning. I only have one question to ask you.
You'll probably sit up there.
I'm at the hot seat already.
Yeah.
Did it pass?
Pass?
No, huh?
We'll talk about that.
Well, no, just tell me. If it didn't pass, I'm
Well, they
leaving.
don't do bookkeeping, Carol.
Paul, you're gonna get yelled at.
Huh?
You're gonna get yelled at.
What?
I got severely
He
yelled at.
just threw a chair at Jerry.
What?
This is not a public meeting, allegedly.
Oh, do you care? I'm not a board member.
I'm the
I'm a potential board member. Do you care?
Hey,
It's a
Mary Sue
public
asked me to
meeting.
come up here. I'm not, it's not up to me who's here and who's not.
You're not offended, right?
We're glad you're here.
Yeah, you asked me to come up here, I'm here, so however you want to
Well,
handle
that's
who's allowed to be here.
protocol,
who's
isn't
not.
it? I call it an exit, a conference.
Some
exit-
places have us do it, some don't. I mean, it's
Oh.
it's not a requirement,
Oh, I
but
thought,
if
okay,
the council wants us to come up, we'll be more than happy to, but it's not a requirement.
okay. I didn't know that.
Do you have recommendations at the end?
I have a couple here.
Great.
Well, I think it's a public meeting. The borough's a public, for the public.
It is. I mean, I'm not an attorney, but I mean, you know, if you're having a public meeting, it's supposed to be posted so people know about it and such. And
I did let the people know. I put it on Facebook.
And you know, you have regularly scheduled monthly meetings, I'm sure.
We don't have
There's
them.
no council right
There's
now.
no
There is
council.
no
Oh, you're
council.
still having trouble getting members?
Yes. Yeah, I would be a prospective member, so this enables me to keep my fingers on the pulse, so to speak. And I already know they don't do bookkeeping, So the best you can probably do, it's a no opinion audit, would that be correct or qualified?
We
opinion?
disclaim it, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't know if you're aware of this, that's about 7 consecutive no opinion audits. Now that tells me there's been other people just like you, highly competent, did an excellent job, great presentations, and in a decade really, not one thing has changed, still don't. So that tells me people don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the borough only has a certain amount of resources to hire someone to do that, keep the books.
Was this advertised in the paper?
No, it probably should have been.
Why would it should have been?
Because it's public.
It's not a meeting.
Well, it actually is.
We can't hold a meeting because we ain't got enough for a council.
I know,
right? Now answer my question.
Rick,
Yeah, Rick, what
That's
is
my
your
question.
problem here? No, I'm not.
I don't have a problem.
Then sit down and listen to the man do his presentation.
Is Mary Sue coming or not?
That's what I'm gonna call right now.
This is a president of council.
That's right.
Acting
we don't have a
member.
council.
But yeah, there'd be no
He's
council.
just the person.
At this point, yes.
Got nobody in the town wants to help do anything. Everyone quits. That puts the whole pressure on me.
Look, if they're interested, they'll be here. If they're not, they won't.
Hey, I can resign today. Paul can take over. I heard that he wouldn't come on unless I resigned.
You heard wrong.
Mary,
I already told you, you read what I
I'm
said.
married. Hey, Sue.
Mr. Zulich is a
You coming over?
honorable man. An honorable man, and he's
You coming over?
objective in everything he does.
Yeah. Okay, well, he's here. I'll do what I can. You got your 2 favorite friends here too.
Now,
You got your,
Remember
you
what
got
I
your 2
told
best
you.
friends here too.
if you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all.
Huh?
Thank you,
Oh,
Carol.
Jerry and Paul's here to help you. Nope,
Could I have a copy? Do you have a copy that I can prove?
they argued point to that thing.
So,
I ain't gonna argue with them.
last
anymore.
time we were here, we did 2022 and 2023.
I thought that's what
Okay,
you're
I'll
doing
talk
now,
to
is 2022 and 2023.
I'm saying when we did our work, it was
Oh.
for 2 years.
Yes.
Now, Mary Sue didn't tell me if people were gonna be here. I just brought 3 copies of each, so I
right,
apologize
Dave.
for that. So there's, you can see 2022 and 2023.
You want her, she's council member.
And there's another copy of each one. So I just have a brief overview of what
Good.
happened for the year. I'm not
That's
gonna
fine.
go
Yeah.
over that verbatim.
That's what he
so-
told, just give us maybe some ideas on where we can do better.
Paul, can I have
Just,
another
just
copy?
tell me if it passed or not, and I told you I'd leave.
Yeah. And you're supposed to,
There's 2 of them there.
bring
I'm gonna need the 23. Can I give it to
I
you
emailed
after
that
I
to
look
Mary
at it?
Sue already.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
did ya?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
she should have that. If not,
Yeah,
I
that-
can send it to her. again.
Yeah, well, she hasn't been here, she's been sick. She's still sick.
This stuff, you email a copy of this stuff here to the borough in
She,
advance?
she has that, yeah.
Yes. Did you hear that?
I
Yeah.
heard him.
Yeah, okay. So, like I said, I'm just gonna briefly go over the results of the 2 years. So for 2022, at the end of the year, the cash balance in the general fund was 23,658, which is, if you had your 2022 one, it's right here.
Okay.
And then the second column, the special revenue funds, there's liquid fuels money, your state aid for the roads. The balance is 52,144, and then every municipality got that ARPA COVID money.
Yeah,
You had
yes.
35,000 of that at the end of 2022. So for the year, the general fund lost $7,234. The liquid fuels had a gain of $18,165, which basically means you got your liquid fuels money and didn't really spend much of it. And then the ARPA money had an increase of $18,962. And that ARPA money, you got $25,777 in. And the only thing you're really spending on, you put $5,000 down on that ramp that you put over here in 2022. And then you have that loan with the USDA. At the end of 2022, the balance is $8,800. Now we're gonna go to 2023. At the end of 2023, your general fund had a cash balance of $27,704. This is all in those pages, by the way. The liquid fuels had a cash balance of $31,890. In the ARPA funds, you had $14,158. Okay, the general fund showed a gain of $4,354. The liquid fuels went down $20,563. You know, you did the, Wood Street paving,
Yeah,
so you spent some of your liquid fuels money. And the ARPA money went down $20,854. Some of that money you spent finishing the ramp, you put in a new door in this building. There were some furnace grates you had to buy, and there's a pretty big furnace here.
yeah.
And you transferred $6,000 to the general fund, so. And the loan balance was down to $4,185 at the end of 2023, so that loan will be paid off in 2024. I mean, Mary Sue, I'm not exactly sure when she took over. You know, 2022, she had most of the stuff here for us, most of the invoices, most of the receipt backup. 2023 is even better. I'd just say for 2024, every disbursement you gotta have a receipt for, and all the money coming in, you gotta have backup for. Like if the tax collector sends you money, he should have a report saying, here's the taxes I collected for the month, to back up his number. The state sends you money for various things, they should send you some kind of
So pretty,
correspondence.
all in all, she had quite a bit of set up together. She wasn't missing very much.
Right, but first step would be to have backup for everything.
Right.
Okay, which she's getting there. The second step is, that should all be summarized in what we call a general ledger, like, this is real estate tax money, this is realty transfer tax money we got, this is our income tax money we got. Like, it should all be categorized when we get here. And then it's the same for your expenditures. We spent money on utilities, we spent money on road work, we spent money on snow plowing. I mean, it should all be categorized when we get
It
here.
would be the budget that I gave you, that would be your line items. You're talking about individual line items, the electric bill, the water bill, labor costs, social security, all that stuff is to
Right.
be itemized. I did all that for them.
And I would
don't use that.
I would suggest, like, this report that we have to submit to the state DCD has all the possible categories you would need already on it. There's account numbers and categories. So like if we
Well,
went,
I've done that for them as well. I have all these chart, that you get their chart of accounts, and so
Right,
labor,
the
for
chart of
example,
accounts.
has a number. They have it all, but they're not able to put it into QuickBooks and use it.
yeah, I mean, Mary Sue was trying to get trained on using QuickBooks. I mean, some places we go that are small municipalities, I guess they still do it by hand on,
Spreadsheet.
I mean, they literally write it out. I'm not recommending that, I'm just saying,
But that'll work, a spreadsheet.
it would work. It would work if you wanted to go that route.
Well,
Or you can do it
doesn't
into QuickBooks.
DCED sort of wants you to go with QuickBooks, do they not? Because that's how your audit is set up, right? With the chart of account numbers and everything.
Whether you do it by hand or in QuickBooks, you should
You
use
use
the
those
chart of
numbers.
accounts. Yes, yeah. It doesn't matter which, if you use QuickBooks or,
Spreadsheet or Excel, whatever.
yeah.
Did you receive a ledger or some type of manual bookkeeping?
No, I mean, part of our fee was actually compiling all that information. So like, how it should work is we should get here and we should be given that ledger. And then we would go through there and pick transactions to get the backup for. That's how we audited.
But what the borough should be doing monthly, you should give that to council, should you not? And they would approve the expenditure. So you would actually read it. I ran a business, had to be audited, and that was, you call it a yellow book audit. Full-blown audit, right? Is that what you call it? No, this is kind of a child's thing by comparison. We have the cash flow statement, the income statement, the balance sheet.
Right, this is, all we're doing is the requirements for DCED.
Yes, it's a very low bar in my opinion, compared to what I had to do.
As far as like a gap financial.
Yes, now this is goosey or something, this is government
This is a
accounting.
requirement that DCD requires the borough to have every year.
But-
And that's what we're engaged to do.
But you're giving a no opinion audit because you don't have a monthly finance report that's been approved by the board, and it would show up in the minutes as well. None of that stuff exists.
That all should exist, but what our no opinion for, if you go to the back,
Did you receive a copy of the tax collector's reports?
I don't think we did now.
I supply those. I am the tax collector.
Okay, so you do have those, okay. I don't want to say that for sure. I mean, we were here back in February, so maybe she did have them, but
All right, then what is the audit evidence that you weren't able to receive. It says here, we were unable to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence to be able to obtain a reasonable assurance of financial statements.
So it'd be the backup for all the transactions for the year. So like I said, what we had to do was we had to come here and take the bank statements, go through all that and make a general ledger, okay? And some of those items, we didn't know what they were for, so.
Well, you're not to recreate the bookkeeping, right?
No, that's what I'm saying, that general ledger should be done when we get here. But in order to do this form, we had to do that for you.
Right, so, but you basically audited transactions rather than books. There are no books to be audited
There needs
here.
to be books. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that's the part that they don't understand. So I'm trying to get you to say that, you just said it.
Thank
You
you.
need to do bookkeeping here, right?
Yeah, that's at the general ledger, what I'm
Yes.
calling, what I'm referring to as
It's
the
a general ledger,
Right.
yes.
And I would think, yeah, council should get monthly financial reports, here's where we stand, and all the disbursements should be approved at the
But
meetings.
none of that is, and you know that because you didn't receive minutes or monthly finance
We don't even
report
have
to
a-
approve
We don't
those
even have a
things.
council now to.
But even when we did, we did in these years, and
Isn't
you
that
didn't
funny?
get those things.
We sent it to the attorney for how long after election, and then he's never come up with anything, and we have two people, the one on the council.
What's the attorneys, have you explained?
When did he get that, Rick? When did you guys send that to Dan?
Nelson is the
A couple
attorney.
months ago. It was after the, about,
After
About-
her April meeting.
yeah, sometime in May.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, there's no point looking backwards. You know, you wanna get
Right, you
enough
want
people to have a
bookkeeping. I'm
council,
fine with that,
and they
but
get
I'm-
the general ledger going.
But see, this recommendation has been made for at least 6 or 7 consecutive years. You're not the first one to say that, and I'm saying it's never been done for
Like
all
I said-
those years.
Well,
The
let me
borough's-
ask you something, Paul. How long has it been since you've been on council?
I hired a CPA.
How long has you been on,
I
since
was
you've been on
counsel in
council?
21. I hired a CPA, probably
3
like
years.
you. They fired him instantly and hired Mary Sue. That made no sense. You're capable of doing the jobs, as was this CPA. They
Oh,
fired him
God.
and hired somebody that doesn't
Lord,
have
help me
the
protect
ability.
me, keep me safe.
Like I
Help
said,
me keep my mouth shut.
Rick?
that's up to the council
Right,
who
it
does the
is.
bookkeeping.
Well, all right, well, let me
Well, I'm
ask
just here
you
to
this.
present the results
I
of what
could get
we've
on
done.
council. Let me ask you this.
Thank you.
If we wanted to get a bookkeeper, I'll use your firm for example. In today's world, the bookkeeper wouldn't have to be physically present here. Would that be right? That we could, all the bills could say go to you, and you could be doing the ledger
It can
for
be
us?
done remotely, yes.
Yes. Who would we go to and how much would that cost us?
Who's the firm up here that does your payroll, is it Strong?
Strong, that's who I had doing the books.
He's not on anymore.
He still does payroll. Strong is still doing payroll.
I mean, since he does your payroll, I'd recommend if you wanted to go that route to check with him.
I did, I had him, and for some reason, he is no longer doing the books, he's only doing payroll, thank God, because we've been in serious trouble with the IRS and Social Security for not paying proper taxes, that nobody is doing the books. He was to do the books. The minute I left, he got fired or quit or something, I don't know what happened. So
He
I'm saying I would
withdrew.
I would hire somebody with the skills to actually do the books. I would outsource this.
I mean, that's obviously up to council. I mean,
Well, it is,
our
but
firm can't do both. We can't
I know,
keep your
right,
books
that's
and
a-
do the audit,
Right,
so.
that would be a conflict, but you can tell me approximately if this is possible and how much it would cost, who I could look to, where could I find
Like,
it?
it's possible. I don't know what he would charge you. I mean, like I said, I
Well,
think.
he was charging only $3,600 a year to do the whole thing. The whole books, if you think about it, it's what, $140,000 budget or something? That would really, I bet you could do that in 2 hours a month. Is that unrealistic to
It
say
depends how
that?
many transactions there are. I mean, if you're talking 20 checks a month, yeah, then 2
Yeah,
hours
there
is
there
fine.
can't be much because it's basically like, it's a glorified household. You have the electric bill, the water bill, insurance, all those things. The only thing you have that a household doesn't have is you have employees that are not really that many. You know, the budget isn't real big. Most of these things we paid automatically on direct pay. So you would have to enter them into QuickBooks.
Right, yeah.
So I'm saying to make, and then you would have
Do
to...
bank reconciliation.
Yes, and go to, there's various sites you would have to go to, the IRS, Social Security, workers, do you know what I mean? You have to enter some forms and do some stuff there. So if you add all of that up, what would your guess be? How many hours per month would that take?
I would think a few hours a month.
3? Maybe? It can't be that much, it can't be.
Like I said, if you wanted to talk to a firm, I'd just ask them what their hourly rate would be to do that
Well,
service.
would you have any recommendations of who we would contact if we were to outsource this
Like I
stuff?
said, I'd go to the gentleman up here. I'd probably
You'd
be
go
my-
to
He won't
Strong.
come.
She's contacted him. I don't know what happened there. I was gone. But he's no longer willing to do the book, so now you have to look elsewhere. Now, my first choice would have been to go to Arvona and get the bookkeeper there because it's borough to borough. Do you know what I mean? Again, she would never have to come here. She could do it right on the same computer that she's doing Arvona's on.
Yeah, but you can work it out with that council
She
too.
won't, yeah, they won't, nobody wants to work for Coalport at this point. So you'd have to go to, say, some firm in I see payroll, we do payroll, bookkeeping. I see advertisements on TV, I see that stuff all over the place. Now, that would be for private business, municipal accountings have different.
It's a tad different, but I would think they should be able to, I mean,
To
as
make
far as
it-
just putting stuff into QuickBooks, once your chart of accounts is set up and they understand
Yeah,
where the money's coming
right.
from or going, it really
Right.
wouldn't matter if it's governmental or private.
Well,
business.
now, I know your firm can't do it. I'm just trying to get numbers here to figure out what this would cost and what are the mechanics of this. So suppose you're not auditing the books, and I don't know if your firm even does this type of stuff, but I'm trying to figure what it would cost the borough.
I mean, if you provide all the information, I mean, that's first things, you know.
Well, the bills could go right to you, right? Like the electric bill, many of the bills could be sent
Well, I
directly
think
to
you
you.
should have it should be addressed, I think it should be addressed to the borough and come
Okay,
here.
then how do we get it to you? Email it or?
You could scan an email, yeah.
Okay, but you would then keep a copy of all of that stuff so it would be ready for audit. It would be nice and organized and the auditors wouldn't have to come here and go through files and figure stuff
That
out.
could be done, I mean, it's all how you wanna handle it.
Well, here's my feeling, what we're doing now isn't working very well. For one, you cannot run a business without a finance report. And I ran a business. To run this successfully, I need to know how much money, all your money could come in all at once. You say, oh, we're in great shape, but maybe no more comes in for the rest of the year. You're spending like drunken sailors, and then you run out of money. But
I mean,
you don't
that's
know
where your
where
budget would come in too, I mean, you should be able to budget your revenues.
But we can budget them, but it helps a whole lot if you would give me a printout from QuickBooks, for example, and I can see where everything
agree.
went. I have to help do their budget. And I had to use this, the most recent audit, to figure out, because there were no bookkeepers, there's no monthly finance report here to consult, you know what I mean? And on a month-to-month basis, it's pretty damn hard if you don't know what's coming in and what's going out. So all I'm saying, in my opinion, you need a monthly finance report to run an operation of this size.
This is what's wrong with this whole borough. That counselor,
That's,
Wait,
let it go,
just
it's
jumped
okay,
up
it's
and
all right.
and,
It's,
no, it
well,
bothers
you're
me
gonna
to no
have to
end.
deal with that. I just wanna
Can't
solve.
really help with the
No.
personal.
If you can't get along with
But
one another, you shouldn't
That's
be
not
here.
his job, that isn't his job.
know.
I just want you to give me options. I'm not saying I'm gonna do anything, I wanna know what all of my options are here if I should get back on council. I know all my
I mean, your
options.
options are to have Mary Sue do it, find someone else to do it internally, or else go out to a
Now, let
bookkeeper.
me say this. Right now, he keeps saying he wants to know what his options, he wants to know, he's not even on council.
I can be, I can get on it easily, I can get 5 people
Why
to work for me.
don't you get on council?
No, I wrote
You
you
had
a
the
letter.
obligations.
I wrote you a letter, and what did I tell you?
You never gave me a letter.
I saw, you answered me right on Facebook, it was publicly, everybody read it, and you responded to it. And you asked me to get on council, and what did I tell you?
You said unless I leave.
No, I never said that. Do you have
Let
a
me
letter
tell you the
that
stories
know?
I've heard.
I'm
I've
here,
heard
you
you
can
would not
ask
come
me.
on council unless me and Mary Sue left.
I said, what did I
Is what
tell
you
you?
said.
But we shouldn't get into this now, but I told you in an email on the borough's Facebook page, and you responded to it. And basically, here's what I said, I won't come on here unless there's bookkeeping. So for me, I would have to come with a competent bookkeeper before I ever agreed to get on council.
That's-
I can't do a job if you don't give me numbers every month. And again, I ran a business. I know what's a real business, you know what I mean by yellow book audit, right? That's what you people call it.
That's the
Nowadays.
level of auditing has. So there's government auditing standards. If you're required by a government organization to have it, it's yellow book. So there's different
Yes,
kind of
I get that, but that is a much more difficult standard than this is, from what I see.
And there'd be financial statements with notes to it and everything. So, yeah,
Yes,
it's,
and none of
it's
that
more involved.
exists. Yes.
Which I wouldn't recommend that for the borough anyway.
No, I'm not. It's too expensive.
Right.
Even this, look, I was the guy that recommended that they get a CPA to audit the books because for 30 years they haven't done bookkeeping. They picked the place clean. There were bookkeepers that had their fingers in the till. And again, there are no internal controls here. So you can't stop that. For me, the first step is a finance report of all of this. The first step, would you agree, is a good finance,
Yeah, I mean,
good
a
finance
small
report.
organization, I guess it's hard to have segregation of duties. I mean,
You
again,
can't
you're
do that,
constrained
right.
by, your budget.
Right.
Just to reiterate, you stated you had to recreate the
No.
bookkeeping before you could do an audit?
Well,
We
that's what
summarized
this
the
is.
transactions for the year of the borough.
See, you use very general categories. We would have to break them down finer than what you did here.
I mean, that's your prerogative. I
Well,
mean,
that'd be the right way.
This
We
would be
want-
sufficient for what we're required to do.
For what you're required, but I'm saying
I mean,
for...
if you look on the beginning of the revenues, I mean, it has all the revenues on here, all the various different kind of taxes, license permits, fees, fines, forfeits. I mean, they're all interest earnings. I mean,
Yes, on the revenue side, it would be almost identical to this.
right.
It's hard, I would like to have seen this in advance. It's hard to do this on the fly, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
In the past, I've looked at the line item for the tax collector, and what was in the report was erroneous. I give good reports showing what income comes in
Well,
and
They would add in
it was
delinquent,
not
though.
in the audit.
but they would add delinquent stuff in.
I can tell you for these 2 years, what went through the bank account is what's on here. And it might not be categorized 100% correctly because we didn't have all the documentation for it.
Thank you.
You know, but when you
I
get to
I
your...
have to ask, what's the alcoholic beverage licenses?
That's what the bars pay.
Who's that for?
Comes to
Well, it
you.
would be Sunshine, for
Oh,
example, the
okay.
Central,
So
they would
They
pay.
pay it to the PLCB and then the borough gets $150 for
Okay.
each one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, all of them. Let me just take a second to look through this, if you don't mind. Sorry to get you into a hornet's nest.
Can you voice your opinions at the end that you have, so that I have it on record?
I mean, I just said, for 2024 and in the future, just have support for all the cash receipts and disbursements for the year. We talked to Mary Sue about having a monthly folder. I mean,
Yes.
that's just one way of filing them. And then to get this general ledger started, whether it's in QuickBooks or by hand, just so everything's categorized for whenever.
Again, when you say by hand, you mean spreadsheet, right?
You can do it in QuickBooks, you can do it in Excel, which is on the computer,
Yes,
but we have
that
some
would be a
people
spreadsheet,
that
but
literally do it by hand.
That's exactly what we did for our food bank for 25 years, by hand.
I'm not recommending one versus the other. I just say whatever would work for the borough, just so it's done.
We do know you're being recorded.
Yes,
I'm glad.
If he asked you that, I didn't hear it. He should have asked you that, but I would think so, out of respect.
Well, even expenditures, your list is fairly comprehensive.
I mean, again, that's the DCD form that,
Yes, you use their chart of accounts and just
Exactly.
put the categories that you need on the budget.
yeah, you wouldn't have to put
finance.
everyone
Right.
on there. If it's not used by the borough, then they're why even list it.
Yes. And so again, there's to me, I view it as glorified household. It shouldn't be that hard, but you still need to know what goes out on a monthly basis.
Yeah, and the DCD wants it broken down as best as possible into these categories, so that's how we
Yeah,
file it.
And they thought about every possible category you can think of.
Pretty
So
much.
we would not have something that didn't fit in a little borough like this. Do you know what I mean? It'd be unlikely.
Most likely not, but there is a miscellaneous account on there in case there was something. that
Yeah, I
didn't
can't
fit.
imagine most of it that I saw fit right into their categories.
DCED does have online chart of accounts.
Right, we go online to their website and fill this out and submit it electronically.
Thank you.
I'll have to study this, it's hard for me to get a feel for it real quickly here. But anyway, my point is that if I were to get on here, I would require bookkeeping and I would come with a bookkeeper. I need to know on day one that I have bookkeeping. It doesn't work for me otherwise.
That doesn't, I mean, I'm just here to present the
Yes.
results of what we did, so.
Yeah,
As far as how you
Did you
handle the
get paid?
future. We sent Mary Sue the invoice again, so I'm not sure if it's been paid yet or not.
I don't know. I won't, but I don't know for sure positively. If she did or she didn't. She should have. Let's put it that way.
We're just glad you were proactive to even consider doing it. We had in the past, associations just resigned halfway through. So,
or after one audit, they refuse to come back again. But we almost need concrete suggestions, and you've given me some. No, again, I see those advertisements. We do payroll, we do all this stuff. You see them in Altoona. Your feeling is one of those firms would be able to do the job,
I
the
would think so.
government, the municipal accounting part.
Yeah, I mean, you have the categories here, your chart of accounts. As long as you provide them with the information they need, the bills on a monthly basis, and whenever you get money in, they just need to know where it came from.
Well,
Whether
what
it's a
about-
tax collector, something from the state, you know, you mentioned
How does are his books audited in with this? How,
no.
does anybody audit a tax collector?
no,
No, okay. All right, I just wondered how that worked, that's all.
we're so good we don't need audit.
Well, there's built-in checks and balances there, I would think.
I mean, when he's,
I wish somebody would audit it.
I mean, when you submit your reports, I don't know what you submit at this point, but it should show the beginning assessment for the year, plus what you collected, and then what you remit to the borough. And then the next month, they would start with that, you know, where you're at after January, what you collected, the balance still owed you at the end of February, and then March would start with that number, and it should just keep coming down.
And that should match your numbers at the end when you have tally all
Right, and then
that out.
whenever, at the end of December, whoever hasn't paid the tax collectors,
No,
that gets remitted to the county, so we should be able to see, you know, these 10 residents didn't pay, so he's remitting that to the county to be collected as
well,
delinquent.
let me go back for a minute then, just to the absolute how this borough should function. In my mind, we should do a finance report, and anything that we spend should show up in the minutes and approve the finance report. So you would see that, you would read minutes, is that correct?
Yes.
You would read the minutes, and that should match the finance report. We approved $50,000 in spending or whatever, and the finance report should show that exact amount. So those things would match. We do not have those things right now. But you would recommend, we should we not?
I would think so, yes, you should have it.
That would help you in your audit.
Right. Getting the general ledger together, and then, yeah, approving stuff through the minutes. You know, we read the minutes and we see, you know, council approved X, Y, and Z, then we go back and see, did that happen?
Yes.
Or if there's a large expenditure, why isn't it in the minutes?
Well, now some things, for
What
example,
minute?
the ARPA money, we talked about that. There's an annual report required. Now, you don't see that, do you? If they filed, you would have no way of knowing if that annual report has been filed or
Do
not.
know.
Annual report has been filed.
According to the Treasury, it has not. They send me, I still get the emails because I'm the guy that got the money. I was on council, so I get that stuff, and they tell me that we are now in non-compliance. Now, that stuff you would not see, right?
Well, I wish I had my paper, I commented you're saying, I have paper saying everything was.
Well, you can get on. The borough's Facebook page, I posted them there. I posted
Okay,
them
Paul,
so you
okay.
can see them.
Okay. Next month you can run for president.
Well, I told you my
Put my
requirements we
resignation,
have.
been handed in tomorrow.
That's good.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad
All
you
right.
said that. Anyhow, this has, keep my mouth shut.
Go ahead.
You got any more to say?
No,
Any more to
present
explain?
what I've, one big whatever I've said.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
appreciate
you
it.
coming.
Thank you
Sorry.
for your advice, and we'll do what we can from here.
Okay, well, if you need us
Well,
again next year, I mean,
yeah.
we look forward to working with you, you know, we'll help you.
I-
any way we
I'm
can.
sorry for some guy, you know, for Paul, maybe,
My name's
to
Carol.
me it sounded like he was drilling you, but I don't know, I'm not,
And
I'm
you
not
don't
offended.
have
No,
anything,
you're fine.
so I
you
wouldn't
didn't
know.
get paid or
what's
anything,
going on, so-
you let me know.
Carol, what's your last-
KRUIS. My phone number is 672-3080.
308, KRUIS.
Yep, and my email,
I would have one more question. Oh, go ahead.
RUISC1@windstream.net.
You got that?
Yep.
I have one more question. Now, suppose they apply for a grant to the state. So the little guy behind the screen who gives the money away, and the first thing I would do, if that's me, I would pull up this audit. When I see no opinion audit, I would hit delete. Does that harm their chances of getting a grant, the fact that this is
I'm not
a no
sure
opinion
what-
audit?
Procedures they go through to determine who gets grant money and who doesn't, to be honest with you.
Would you say it can't help? It isn't good that you get a no opinion
If
audit.
they were to look at this and see there's a disclaimer of opinion, I would think that might be a red flag to a
That's-
potential grantor, yes.
That's what I'm getting at, that I don't want red flags. If I'm on here, I don't want red, you know what I mean? I want an audit that says,
Call
what's the
Nelson
top
and
one?
tell him that he'll go for council.
No, don't do that, I never said that.
Huh?
I
Call
never-
Nelson and
no,
tell him
don't
to go on the
get calling
council.
anybody, I'll take care of
But I'm
Nelson
resigning tomorrow.
myself.
I don't have to put up with this crap. I'm out here doing the best I can with what I know, and I'm not intelligent like genius.
We're not
I'm not a genius
criticizing
like
you.
Paul or Jerry.
We aren't
So what I do,
We
is I
appreciate
do
it,
the best
what
of my
you-
Oh,
ability.
wait, we're not gonna get into an argument.
I'm out there doing work, putting work, hours in, not asking for pay for it. And I'm doing everything I can to try to get people on this council and getting work done.
We appreciate
We
it.
have nothing, right now, it's all we got is me and Carol.
What he's trying to, he will tell you how to improve this business if you listen to him. I'm personally
I mean,
indebted
half
to
the
an old
stuff, I mean,
man's accountant.
don't get me wrong, Paul. You are intelligent with,
I don't.
Wait a minute, let me talk.
Go right ahead.
You are intelligent when it comes to money and accounting. I agree, I won't disagree with that. Okay? You're sitting up saying stuff and that I'm going, and I could be wrong, so I'm just guessing, stuff that he don't really need or has to hear. But, cause he's just here to tell us about the audit they did on us. So, on that note, half the words you use, I don't even know how to spell. I'm not putting you down, I'm just saying that I'm not in the same category as you are.
Well, here's the thing, he's actually here
And I never
for
paid,
more than
when I
this
came on
audit.
council, I made that thing, I came on here as a greenhorn. I didn't know nothing about council.
Well, I'm not trying to criticize you, I just want to
It
make
sure
the
sounds
place
like it.
better. I never mentioned your name, actually, but
You're talking
here-
about the council, I'm a council.
Yes,
I'm part of the council, you're talking about me.
part of the fee we pay you is for your advice how to improve this operation, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, as we do the work and we see things, yes, we will report back to council.
So you can make your business, and that's all I'm trying to ask you. I'm trying to figure out how to make this as good a business as we possibly can.
And, you know, Mary Sue has taken it from where it was, it's gotten better as we've gone on. Each year it's gotten better.
That's good news.
She's been able to have more of the documentation support for the receipts and the disbursements.
To do things the best way, as when I came in here, for me to do like it should be done, it's not something that's gonna be done overnight.
Oh, I know that. This has been
You're
neglected
looking
for
at years,
30
more years than I'm gonna be here. But when you talk, I've always been taught, if you belong to a group and you're talking about that group, you're talking about everybody, not just. And that's what you're putting down you're putting down the council, you're talking about me, you're putting me down, you're putting Carol down. That's what I was taught.
Didn't mean to put you down. I'm just trying to improve the operation. That's all. And this will help you as a councilman. He can help you.
Well, you can take over next week.
What's sad, there wasn't a journal and a ledger. And we've been trying to see that journal and ledger. We're denied. I
It
do a
doesn't
lot of right to
exist,
know.
But it doesn't exist.
Well,
There
that's
is no
what,
ledger.
that's what we've heard, that it does not exist.
Well, it doesn't, or they would give it to council and council would approve it.
Yeah.
Okay, now, we gotta stick with why he's here. He's done with his,
I've asked for a financial report ever since I got on and never got it.
There isn't one. That's all I'm saying. You should do a finance report. He's saying that too. We should do that's not putting anyone down. You should simply do a finance report. Sorry again, got you into a harness
It's not your
nest here.
fault. It's not your fault. And we,
I appreciate you coming.
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
You
I
spent the
do.
time to come here, I appreciate
My
it.
name's Nardell, Rick Nardell.
okay.
And the things that you told us, it'll be here unless someone steps up and takes over.
You guys got done the audit, where whoever was before me didn't have the 22 audit done, which they should have had. And then when I found that out, I said, get it done. There's no excuse for it not to be done. Now, I don't know who would have been in charge of that one. I'm gonna
The
say,
previous council.
huh?
The previous council.
Yeah.
Was it me?
No, you weren't on there. That was the
I'm-
Yinglings, the
Actually, I'm
Spencers.
working on problems that the other councils caused, trying to straighten them out. And I just think council should get more respect than what they get.
When you
It's a
look at
thankless
this,
job.
Yes, yes.
when you
No,
just
so-
look at this, I had it on Facebook that we were having a meeting for this. Do you see the people here? Do they care about the town?
I just see it on
This
Facebook.
is more for council, actually.
It's a
It
public
is,
place.
but I mean,
They should have been here to help.
Anyone can go online and review that if they want. It's,
where at?
I'd have to give you the website, but I mean, you
Is
can
it
pull up any.
your website or
No,
DCED?
DCD. You
Okay,
could find any municipality in the state if you wanted to.
okay, all right.
Has this already been filed?
Yes.
Yes, it was filed back in. Let me speak wrong here. In May.
In May. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, I appreciate you coming.
all right.
And
Good
all
luck.
this time here
Appreciate it.
with us, give us the information. Said, all you can do is keep trying to improve. And you said yourself, Mary Sue, the time she first came here until now, she has improved a lot. And
I believe the records are organized now. It's just the next step of getting the general ledger.
yeah, so it's one step at a time. It's not something that's gonna happen tomorrow. You know, I'm sure, I know that it should be done. You know, what has to be done, what should be done, and the way it should be done.
The
But
spreadsheet
when
would
you
be
come, like I
easy
said, when you
enough.
come and everything, all your information down here, you gotta bring it up here. It's gonna take time.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're pretty glad to
Thank
get
you.
out of here.
Have a good day, everyone.
You
Thank
too. Where do you come from? Altoona? Holiday Springs?
Our office is in Altoona.
Altoona. Whereabouts in Altoona?
You know where the cathedral is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right across the street.
Okay.
Oh, you say your prayers every day, right?
Yep, right across the street.
Carol, you got a copy of those audit reports
Yeah.
of both 2022 and 23?
I have 23. I don't know what happened to 22.
I have 22.
I emailed them to the borough email too, so you have them electronically as well.
Okay, they're in good shape there. You asked for them, did you not request them?
I took your 22 because I didn't have 22. Jerry's got the others. so
I got
three
22.
Thank you.
Have a good
Are you
day.
gonna scan? They're in the. You said they're in the computer. I wouldn't get them. Right.
Yes. If you
Both of them.
if you need them emailed to you or just let me know.
Okay,
I can send them to you.
okay,
See ya.
thank you.
I'll scan them and.
No, we can get them. As long as
Which one do you have?
I have 23.
I have 22.
Here, I'll give them both to you.
I'll scan them and
would
get them
you
right
do
to
that?
you. Yeah, this afternoon.
All right. No, there's no rush on it.
Oh, I'll get them right to you. If I don't do it, then I won't
Appreciate
get it
you
done.
talking.
Well, I don't understand why the treasurer wasn't here for me.
The treasurer,
Yeah.
Mary Sue, she asked for these.
I asked her these a long time
She
ago.
said she did not have them, right? Is that what you were told?
Yeah, that's convenient. This is sad.
What's this here? Is that yours?
It's Jerry's.
Oh. Oh, that's why your miniature
That's
cameras.
his frog or something, I don't know.
That's a DGI.
You're hearing stuff that I say that I don't say, by the way. I would tell you right to your face, and I put it on on the borough's Facebook page, my
Amen.
opinion. Right on there.
I'm just saying, you know, that's what I've been hearing downtown.
I don't even talk to anybody. I don't
I
even go
call-
down there.
I called you up twice now and thanked you
Yes,
for
you
what
did.
for what you do.
I said, well, thank you for listening.
And
Yes.
I'm only saying, when I said this online, I would only come here if I have a bookkeeper in
This town ought to be
advance.
named from Coalport to Rumor.
Oh yeah, it's Bizarro Borough. It's a rumor mill.
That's
It's
why I
world-class
filmed, because
rumor
of
mill.
that rumors usually
I'm not gonna
happen.
get into you.
People say more stuff about me, and I don't even go downtown. I don't even talk to anybody. I'm up there all by
I don't even
myself.
claim to be related to you through marriage.
We're related.
Now, is that nice to say?
Yes? We are not blood related.
So,
We're all
you're
of
supposed to
Abraham.
be loved.
Huh?
Well,
This world's supposed to be put on love.
Yeah. You see where this world's at today?
That's what's wrong.
Next year's gonna be China and Russia gonna be over here.
There's no togetherness.
You're right.
well, at least
Right.
you know where you stand.
There's no togetherness, no respect, no understanding. You know, I agree with all that. Too bad it couldn't be like this, like it was 30 years ago, even 40 years ago.
Yeah, it'd be probably better off if you go back 40 years. This town wasn't bad back in the day.
I lived here all my life. So this unofficial meeting is now over. So you can turn your cameras off, Jerry.
It's off.
That one?
No.
You can turn that one off too.
The discussion is good.
So since this is an unofficial meeting, can't closed, I do not give you permission to record me. I'd like to see this borough back the way it was 40, 50 years ago. Okay? And one man that wants to do it can't do it.
That's right. That's right.